Hi, everyone, and welcome back.
All right, new moon in Aries.
Yes, we are tackling that new moon.
Yes. Yeah, we already did the releasement and the setup with the full moon in Libra. Now we get to bring in all of the energy for Aries, the development phase, the first part of the development phase. This is where you're going to get your ambition. This is where your passions are going to flow. This is where your drive starts. That's why this is so important. I mean, this is Aries. That's the one thing that is great about Aries and the one thing that's horrible about Aries at the same time.
Right.
Because it can be a little too passionate and too driven. But at the same time, you need that, especially when you're coming out of your design phase, because essentially your design phase is just thinking about something
Right, right,
and putting it together at that point and going, okay, now what? And then Aries is the one that goes, okay, now we initiate it. Let's go. Boom.
right.
Now we start developing how we're doing it, what's going to happen, how it's going to grow. And we start moving into that.
Absolutely. It's the
Yeah.
definitive action steps.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
we need.
Yep.
And that's where we're at. And it can be hard coming out of Pisces trying to and going into it
Mm,
because before Aries hits Pisces is like, oh, Pisces is not a very motivating sign. It's just there.
right.
It's absorbing, it's empathic. There's a lot of feeling, but there's not a whole lot of oomph at all. It's just kind of sluggish.
No,
And
and yeah, that's part of what can drag you
Aries
down.
comes in and just starts boiling it. Essentially,
Hmm.
if you think about water, it starts to boil it. Let's go, let's move, and brings in that motion. And that's what we want.
All right.
Okay. So let's get this thing going.
All right. Let's get started. To begin this meditation, I would like you to sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes and begin to relax. Take a deep breath in, hold, and release. Take another deep breath in, hold, and release. Take yet another deep breath in, hold, and release. Begin a normal breathing rhythm now, and visualize a mist swirling upward clockwise from your feet to cover your entire body. Inhale this mist into your lungs and allow it to saturate into your bloodstream. As the mist now begins to fade, an image takes shape in your mind's eye. You find yourself standing outside at night. Above you is a clear, star-filled sky with no visible moon. As you gaze upward at the stars, you notice an indigo beam begin to trace its way down to you from the invisible moon. This beam of energy impacts you on your forehead, in between and just above your eyes. Allow this energy to open the aperture of your third eye, where it floods in, seeding your brow chakra.
You are now empathically absorbing energy that is motivating, inspiring, full of joy, active, passionate, ambitious, enterprising, aggressive, decisive, resolute, driven, and bold. This enables you to become habitually aware of your subconscious responses by developing creative expression for purposeful action, providing the path to manifesting your hopes and inspired ambitions through visualized dreams by way of decisive action, thus healing spiritual wounds long forgotten. Let that soak in, pull it in, help pull it through, help allow it to saturate your being, allow the fire of Aries to penetrate. As the brow chakra allows you to saturate. All of that coming in. This activates latent resources of inner strength and character for the vigorous transformation of intuitive processes and conceptual understanding for the advancement of principle and function. Focus that energy into developing all of your goals for this coming year.
You notice now that the indigo beam from the moon is beginning to fade, and the aperture of your third eye is now closed. Take a deep breath in, hold, and release. Take another deep breath in, hold, and release. Take one final deep breath in, hold, and release. Return to a normal breathing rhythm and exhale the mist from your lungs. Feel your senses coming back online as you become aware of the seat where you're sitting and began this meditation. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. Welcome back.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy to
It
be
is.
coming through.
Yes.
Let it come in. Feel the heat. Feel it. That's a good word for this. A bit aggravating because it wants you to move. It wants you to get up. It wants you to do something. That's Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Aries doesn't like to sit and just, that's what we just did. That was design. Develop is not that. Develop is now, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We need to get ready for growth.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. And when growth comes, you need to have it developed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have to have all of your I's dotted, T's crossed, ready to go. How is it going to work? Where is it going to work? When are we working it? And you've already, because it's a development phase, you're already starting it.
Right. You're already,
Okay? You're not
you're
in the growth
taking.
stage yet, but you're developing how the growth stage is actually going to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you're actually putting energy into it already. And that's what Aries is starting.
Mm-hmm.
Taurus was going to build structure when that comes in.
Right.
Okay? And then Gemini is going to disseminate it all, which is awesome. We'll get into that later. But Aries is what motivates and inspires the entire thing.
Right.
That's where you're going to start hammering your structure together, deciding things, making decisions about what's going where's it going, where's it going. Design's over with, therefore, nope, that's out. This
Well,
is where we're actually
it's
making the decisions to do it.
as we mentioned at the start. This is
Mhm.
where your definitive action steps are going to be
Yeah, this is where you start it.
set.
Yeah. This is where you start it,
Mm.
and you begin it, and there's no going back.
Right.
You know, design, you can change things during the design phase. Once you're in develop, it's over. Design set. Now you develop what you designed. And then growth takes it to the next stage. And then it's just allowing it
To blossom
to, yep,
up until harvest.
yeah,
When you
yes,
collect.
yeah. But at the same time,
Mm.
this is the part where you enjoy it.
Oh,
Enjoy this
absolutely.
part. This
Yes.
part is fun. When you get into Taurus and the structure part, it can be a little aggravating just because it's a lot.
Mm.
Aries, though, the more energy you put into Aries, the easier the rest of it gets. You get
Absolutely.
through Taurus, and then Gemini is like, hello,
That
here we are.
does tend to be Gemini. Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
So, again, enjoy doing this, but really start to think about how you want to develop these things that
Absolutely.
you've designed, what your goals are, how you're going to reach them, and start planning out how you're going to reach them. Plan it. Boom. Go.
And that ensures that you actually do reach it by harvest.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And you have something to grow. You're, you know, you designed the plot. We're planting the seeds. That's essentially what we're doing now. In the growth stage, you let it grow. But this is where you actually have more control in this phase
Mm-hmm.
than you do in the growth phase. Because the growth phase is letting it grow, what you've just done. Now you're seeding. Okay. Be active in your seeding of what you're going to manifest
Mm-hmm.
this year and have fun with it.
Oh, that's one of the biggest parts there.
Yeah. Have
Yep.
fun with it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And we do look forward to seeing you all again soon. Do remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.